Hey guys, what's up? Nick Peterson here. I just got back into California. I was in Seattle with a client who's got a brilliant CPA firm, and I'm building some stuff internally as well. And here's where a lot of people, especially technicians, people that are really good at what they do, they're leaving a lot of profit on the table. It's hidden right there in plain sight, and it's in the tumbleweed zone. Okay, remember that, the tumbleweed zone. It's in the tumbleweed zone, and the best way to find it is to have a layperson find it for you. So a lot of businesses are experts. We got a lot of experts, right? They're accounting experts, or they're weight loss experts, or they're engineers, or whatever, right? And they build these processes. Then they hire people, and these people know the processes, right? The hope is that your salesperson knows your process, and the hope is that the people doing fulfillment know your process. The problem is that your clients don't know your process. So it creates what's called a tumbleweed zone. So maybe your salesperson says, yeah, cool, what's your credit card? Great. Gets a credit card number and says, cool, stoked to have you on board. Click. Enter the tumbleweed zone, because the client now does not know exactly what to expect. So from a salesperson, it would look like we want to eliminate all the tumbleweed zones. So if we go from application to phone call to onboarding to fulfillment, right? Super simple. We use that as an example. After the application, we should make it crystal clear you're going to get a phone call at this time from a phone number with a 206 area code, and you're going to talk to Bradley, right? That eliminates uncertainty. It eliminates the tumbleweed zone. And we don't think about that because we know the process, right? And then on the phone call, we want to say, okay, cool, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get an email with the subject line, welcome Jeff to mastery mode. Okay, and in that email, there's going to be a link, and you're going to click it, blah, 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 step by step. Okay, that's the tumbleweed zone. A lot of companies aren't doing that. Then on the onboarding process, same thing, right? So a lot of times what companies are doing is the equivalent of saying, look, walk 20 miles, and then you're going to see a stop sign, and then take a left, okay? And they think that's good enough. The problem is 18 miles into the walk, we start saying, man, I wonder if we're still going the right way. Did they give me bad directions? Did I miss something? Right? Like we start having doubt, and doubt is the tumbleweed zone. What we need to do is say, hey, start walking, it's about 20 miles, and then you're going to take a left. You know you're going the right way when you see this thing on the left. Oh, and you're going to see this tree over here. You got to give milestones. You have to let them know what to expect at every single step. I just went through this with a private client. I found 64 points where the client didn't really know what was next. And every time you create uncertainty, you start your attrition goes up, you start losing clients, you get way less referrals, sometimes you get chargebacks, right? That sucks. And so we want to identify what is the process, okay? And then we want to bring in a layperson, somebody that knows nothing. Let's say we run an accounting firm, because it's fresh on my mind. I was just at an accounting firm. Let's say we're at an accounting firm. We want to bring in somebody that knows nothing about how accounting is done, and have them look at the process, because they don't know what an engagement letter is, right? They don't know that you sign an engagement letter this way, which means if they comb through your process, right, they'll be able to point out the tumbleweed zones that are so obvious to the technicians, they miss them, right? Like everybody knows you do XYZ, but that's not true. Only accountants know you do XYZ. Only media buyers know you do XYZ. Only people that exercise consistently know that you do XYZ. Regular people don't know that. And so it creates all these points where you start losing clients, right? I found 64 of them. I'm going to share them all too. R3class.com. I teach it live starting on Monday. Pretty much combing through has retention, referrals, raving fans, how to retain people forever, how to get referrals, how to make raving fans. And a lot of it is not changing your deliverable. It's identifying these tumbleweed zones and helping people understand that you don't let buyer's remorse kick in. You don't let doubt kick in. If you are working, you show them what it means to them until they get the big benefit they want, right? Really, really simple, but it is so simple that experts and technicians completely miss it. They assume that the client already knows all this stuff is happening. All right, r3class.com. Last chance to get in is tomorrow, and then we shut off registration because I start teaching live on Monday. But think about the tumbleweed zones and think about bringing in a third party that knows nothing about what you do. It's kind of like, can you explain it to a fifth grader? But bring in a business owner that could potentially hire you like a good client, but knows nothing about what you do, and explain your process to them. And you're going to see all these gaps in knowledge where they don't even know, well, and then what? And then fill those gaps in your onboarding, in your sales, in your offboarding, all that stuff, okay? It's a tumbleweed zone. We want to avoid that at all costs. That is where people hemorrhage the most money. That's where the most profit is hidden, right in plain sight.